What's happening, family? L.A.R movement still moving. Let's talk guns part two. I got up this morning. I was watching some political show. Uh, come on, Melissa Harris Perry. Now I caught maybe the last 10 minutes of the show, maybe 15. I don't know, but they were talking about guns. They had a panel of 4 people that were talking about guns, and they were talking about the. One lady was like, "Let's be real. These guns out here that are shooting people are a problem." And there were people defending like this has nothing to do with semi-automatic weapons. This has something to do with people and guns. And they were like, a lot of people, we need to do more background checks. And in this is the racial part that I'm about to state right now. You see, a lot of times when people buy guns, I can't buy, like I've been to gun shows. I can't buy a gun the same way a person who's not a young black male can buy a gun. See, we talk about the loopholes and this and that and this and that. The thing about it is, when I walk into a gun show, everybody of every race, including my own when they're older than me or they're a woman, gives me a look like, what is he doing in here buying guns? We're buying guns because we're afraid of him. Who is he buying guns because of? Is he going out here and shooting more people? He's going to rob me in the parking lot? What is going on here? And I'm talking about these background checks because it is. See, I know people can go to gun shows and say, okay, the gun is $400. We need to do your background check. Look, here's the cash. I don't want to do no background check. And they say, you look like an honest guy. Go ahead. Don't worry about it. I can't walk up to somebody and say, here's $400. I don't want to do no background check. You know what they're going to say? No, see, we have to do background checks on everyone because we don't want like a criminal element buying guns. Meanwhile, you just sold a 9mm to a white dude who got a rap sheet a mile fucking long. But because he came in there with some nice khaki pants on and a polo shirt and a pleasant demeanor, that never crossed your mind. Same thing, even when black women buy guns, they can do the same thing. Because the person they're talking to, you buying guns, yeah, I don't want one of these guys to come out. He's got, and when they say these guys, normally 9 times out of 10, when somebody say these guys or those kind of guys, they're always talking about young black men. Like, we're just popping out of bushes. I'm a carrier. Like, we just hopping out of fucking planes, landing on people's, roof. Young black male attack. I'm gonna kill everybody in this house. Nah, I'm gonna get on the hang glider and fly home. No. Older black men, same thing. Older black men can walk up. I'm 57 years old. Look, youngster, I ain't got time for this. Look, I don't do all these background checks. Look, I'm 57. I ain't got time for this shit. You know what, old black man? That's okay, because you probably an old black man that's been around all these hoodlums your whole life. You need to protect yourself. No background check. Never mention that. Maybe old black man, I don't know, could be the gang leader. Never thought of that? Not really. Old black man could be selling guns in the hood. I don't know. Same thing with these white folks, Arab folks, Mexican folks, Asian folks. Everybody's not a threat. So all these people who go unchecked don't look like me at all. They don't. And if you think I'm a liar, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go to a gun show. You're going to see a bunch of young black men sprinkled around. What you do is you sit back, you look for your gun, your knife, your magazines, your weaponry, whatever you're looking for. And you watch where they pay their money at the table. You watch how long people who don't fit young black male take to get their gun. Just like that. You watch a young black male walk up to get his gun. Hold up, okay, fella. Okay, you gotta go check this. Now this is the regular protocol. Don't get it mistaken. You fill out the paperwork. You know, they say they go call a number. They call a number. They check you. Supposedly check you on the base. And are they clean? They're clean. Let's go. You you're not gonna see that all the time. Sometimes you be like, you're good. I know you're good. And they just go, but you ain't gonna see somebody who looks like me walk up, buy a gun, just put some money on the table and say, you're good. We know you're good. You're just an upstanding guy. It's no problem, buddy. It's not gonna happen. So all these people who crazy got guns and blah blah blah, now it's gonna be like we don't want those Christopher Dorners running around here buying guns. Cut the bullshit. Just like the little kid who everybody's talking about Sandy Hook. Them guns were stolen too. He shot his mother in the head while she was asleep and stole her guns to go kill some kids and some women. So regardless, they're stolen guns. The Columbine kids, stolen guns. Um, I still to this day don't understand how. Like, I grew up on the west side of Chicago. So when people talk about all these shootings and mass shootings and all the people, blah, 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 blah. Look, dude. Have you ever questioned the fact that how the fuck these kids getting... Same thing with the Columbine kids, same thing with any kid who goes out at a shootout. If they are living in your house or a teenager in your neighborhood, just like I remember two black kids, or one was Hispanic, one was black, they shot the pregnant lady. Them motherfuckers had a Facebook page with guns. Who parent in the world like, oh yeah, my son's on Facebook with a 45? Like, that's cool with you? What the hell are you doing as a parent? See, it's certain things that we gotta admit, man. So at the end of the day, what's real is, if you want to talk guns, let's talk guns. But the question is, you can get on YouTube and check guns. These white folks got some outlandish shit. These Hispanic folks got some outlandish shit. You don't see too many brothers on YouTube with the type of weaponry that people who are non-black have. You ain't gonna see that much. And the other thing about that is, a lot of times these non-black people who are so paranoid about black people coming in the neighborhood, shooting up the neighborhood, blah blah blah, they're criminals. They are non-black criminals. They're people who have a steady 9 to 5 or own a business, who on the side engage in criminal activity. And their reason for stacking up and piling up all these weapons is because they know they're on some criminal, gang banging, gun running, drug growing shit. Embezzling shit. So what happens? I'm paranoid that one of these people gonna come get me. But the best excuse to use is, I don't want those black people to come around here. Very simple. You think the people at Enron wasn't scared of some white people coming out and blowing their head off? If people even remember Enron, one of the guys was found with a bullet in his head in his car. One of the guys got their house burned down. One of the guys we clown at work about, yeah, he went to Denver and then died of a heart attack all of a sudden before the trial. Nobody ever seen the fucking body. And we crack up like, that old rich white motherfucker just got a facelift, took that cash with his wife who cashed in the heir to all of his fortune and flew the fuck off somewhere. People like Bernie Madoff had people like, you know what, motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you. And these people wasn't black. People like, what is the guy, Alan Samford? he's in federal custody for doing the same thing Bernie Madoff did. It's people who's like, you know, I'm gonna blow your fucking head off. Because you gotta understand something. These people who commit crimes like these, they have people who got money. They stole from people who are millionaires, stole from people who are billionaires, who will pay to get you whacked, and there will be no problem with it. And because they are non-black, those people can get away with it scot-free because nobody would have ever figured that somebody would do such a thing. I remember there was a guy in Louisiana who was a car dealer. He went to South America, ass wound up being a hostage for ransom. Why? It wasn't because he was out there fishing and he just caught with some drug dealers, because he was fucking with them drug dealers. He was running that dope through them cars, and they said, bitch, if you don't give me my money, or you don't have them people give me my money, you a dead man. But once again, whose fault is that? It's this young black male who's gonna break into your home. But all the criminal activity everybody else does that actually breaks into their home. I lived in Vietnamese neighborhoods. When Vietnamese people rob Vietnamese people, there's no reports. When white people rob white people, there's no reports. When Mexicans rob Mexicans, there's no reports. The only time people report real crime is when a black guy commits it. That's it. Or when something like as a bank robbery or shooting in public or some shit like that. All this other crime, people do not report it. Why don't they report it? Because they doing some underhanded shit. And they don't want to get caught for the shit they doing. But I digress, because that's too true. So, if you want to talk guns, let's really talk guns. Peace.